Carter's out this week. We're not going to be able to make it. And Zach Riggs kind of tweaked his knee yesterday, so he's going to be out this week too. That's the newest news.
Is there any news on Ace?
Ace, yes. Ace Elliott arrived this morning. 7 pounds, 9 ounces, 19 inches long. Ace Elliott, St. Francis Hospital. So Tony actually came out for practice, and now he's heading back to the hospital. So it was fun watching everybody scramble around today, trying to fill the void. You don't realize, how much one guy means until they're just plucked out. But staff did a great job stepping in today, and Terry Allen and Diamond Adams did a good job too. That's all I got.
I wanted to ask you about Cordrea Tankersley. He's a guy who's had some pass breakups the past few weeks, a couple interceptions. What can you say about the way he's developed this year, come along?
Oh, he's come a long way. In fact, it's funny you bring him up because I was just kind of going through a couple of my old notebook stuff. I keep recruiting stuff, and I have all kind of pictures, and I came across this one picture, and it was Shaq Lawson and Cordrea Tankersley, and it was actually Mason Cloy's dad because he worked at Hargrave at the time, but they're in the picture with their Hargrave jerseys on, and I just laughed. And so I come into the team meeting today, and sure enough, Cordrea and Shaq are actually sitting next to each other. And I just held it up and I said, "Hey boys, don't forget where you came from," because both of those guys were in tears, literally tears, in my office when they were, having to go to prep school. With the disappointment. But now you look at them and, they grew through that, and both of them are just doing exceptionally well. So that experience certainly made them who they are today. And really proud of Cordrea. He's having a great season for us, for sure.
Did you think he was going to be a safety too when he came in, right?
Yeah, I actually thought that he had a chance to be a corner, but a bigger corner. I really did. But early on, just body type wise, we were kind of projecting him. Well, for sure he's going to be a safety, or at the minimum he'll be a really good safety with coverage skills. But more and more you watch him, you're like, you know what, this guy he can play corner. And anytime you can find a guy that has size and physicality like that also has the speed and footwork to be able to play corner, man, those guys are hard to find. They're really hard to find, and that's what's going to make Mark Fields such a special player, because he's a big, thick, strong guy that can fly. He can play safety too, but he's so kind of similar guys. Although Cordrea's a long, lengthy guy, kind of like a Maxwell, but maybe a little faster than Maxwell.
What are the biggest things Cordrea's done to get to where he is this season to improve his game?
He's just grown up. I mean, just put the work in. I mean, I was just telling the team, I love watching some of our guys play. There's a few guys on our team that I just can't wait to watch the tape, because they're so confident in what they're doing. And the reason they're confident is because they're prepared, and they're prepared because they paid the price. And when you have confidence, you're having some fun. And when you're having fun, you can do amazing things. And Ben Boulware's a guy. I just love to watch him play because he's so confident. J-Ron Curse, Cordrea. These guys are just playing. But Cordrea has prepared. When you're not confident, you're hesitant, and then you play slower. You play, less athletic. You're a little stiffer, just because it just affects everything. But when you're locked in mentally and you've grinded, it just brings out the best in you. And, that's what he's done. He's worked in the meeting rooms, film study on his own, summer. He's just been grinding here for 3 years now, and he has really developed into a confident football player. He was not very confident when he first got here. But he had a lot to learn, technique-wise, fundamental-wise, scheme-wise, and so now all of a sudden you don't play as fast and as fluid. But now he knows what he's doing, and again, now his athleticism and his speed and all those great attributes that he has they're shining through. I'm really pleased with Cordray. He's a good one. Cares.
Clemson College is #1 defense right now. Do you think it helps that Clemson players know what it's like to play against a team that's been #1 before?
Oh yeah, I mean we've been there. Like Louisville last year, I think was #1 when we played them, I believe. But we practiced against the #1 defense in the country all year last year, and then these old boys ain't chump change. They're pretty good. So they're I don't really think anybody overwhelms us on game day just because of what we practice against. But Boston College, they're the standard right now. And they've earned it. They're really good at what they do. And same thing, they're very confident. They're very well prepared, very well coached. They're flying around. They don't make a lot of mistakes. They're where they're supposed to be. They understand the nuances of their pressure packages, and they're very good with their disguises and all that stuff. And then they're aggressive in the secondary. They are in your face, and it's a competitive play every play. It's just one of those games that communication is at an all-time premium. Everybody being on the same, even if we're all wrong, we're all right. Everybody's got to be on the same page, and receivers have to play fast. They got to play with great technique. There's going to be a lot of competitive plays that they got to win. We got to try to figure out a way to get our backs to the second level, which is easier said than done against this group. This is a great challenge for our offense to continue, to grow up and improve.
Anything else?